Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is a beautiful, beautiful July 7th, 2026. 19 years ago, we had the big deal with the 777. Now it's 776. Next should be 7727 for all the lottery players out there. Oh, yes, it is beautiful. It's a great day. And it is a great day, even though USA, United States men national team, yesterday gave up the throne to Belgium 4-1. It was pretty much varsity versus JV out there. That's pretty much what I saw from the very beginning. It seemed like the moment was just too big for USA. It wasn't that Germany, Belgium was 4 goals, 3 goals better than them. Mentally, the spotlight was just way too big. And I was from the very beginning, from watching them in warm ups and watching them throughout everything. So from when I turned on the game, the light, the brightness in their eyes, it was just too much at that point. They did a great job of getting to the final 16, and Belgium showed them, hey, this big boy land, and if you're going to get up to where we are, you got to do a whole lot better than what you did before. Looked like USA had a different goalie than they had before. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody correct me wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was not the original starting goalie, the ones that they had the very first 2 matches that they had in group play. But nonetheless, I can't blame it all on him, even though he gave up that silly goal on the hesitation. You just hold on to the ball, you pick it up. They have to move away. As long as you got that ball on the ground, it's fair game. Goalie or no goalie. You out there playing like you're a midfielder. You're a goalie, you should be further back. If you're going to kick it and get it out of there as quick as possible, get out of the danger zone. But hey, as always, those are learning experiences, and he learned the hard way. He learned very much so the hard way, unfortunately. As always, what I'm doing is I'm checking to make sure we are live over all our platforms, and we are definitely on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram, both of those are working. And right now I'm checking TikTok. Oh, I see us on TikTok. Beautiful, it's a beautiful, beautiful morning. We're on TikTok. And let's see here. Let me check X right quick. We are live on X. Oh man, we everywhere. We here, there, and everywhere. So Facebook. Let me check Facebook. Yes. Are we on Facebook? Did I do Facebook right? Did I set it up right? Refresh Facebook real quick. It should be on Facebook. Yes. Market Side is live on Facebook. My side isn't live. I gotta fix that. Gotta do better. But we live everywhere else. Market Side is live on Facebook. LinkedIn, let me check LinkedIn real quick. LinkedIn is live and working. Instagram, Twitch is working. Looking at that here. There we go. We up and running. We're just smooth sailors moving in from here. So thank you so much for joining us again. Don't forget to click like, click share, follow us, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gonna start getting my link tree and on all of the platforms. That's what one of the things I'm gonna start doing every time, whether it's the Tuesday morning takeover or the regular show on Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern, on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Roku channel, Maxim TV Network, and TikTok. Yes, it's a beautiful morning. Back to what we've been talking about, varsity versus JV. Belgium came to play. That's basically what happened. They were used to playing on that stage, and we as a collective we're not. We play in some of the higher leagues in the around the world, but it was just pretty obvious that they didn't come to play, and they didn't come to play around. I should say, they didn't come to play around. Or we were just. I don't know if I can say we were just happy to be there. I don't think that was the issue. I don't think that was the issue at all. I just think that, like I said before, the moment was way too big for it. Seattle tried to keep them in terms of the crowd. Um, but you got your play on the pitch has to match um, what actually happens in terms of how the crowd helps you out. So let's see here. D. Cavallari had 2 goals. Vakina scored a goal, and Lukaku at the end, he came in with the express reason to score a goal. His whole attitude, as soon as he got on the pitch, you can tell his face was like, I'm about to put one down the pipe and going on home. Boy, then scored 93 international goals for Belgium over his career, and he definitely like somebody's uncle. Malik Tillman scored the only goal for the United States, and I always say games are won and lost in warm-ups, and this was definitely the case in that situation last night. You can just see the look on their face. The look on their face did not look like they were ready for that moment. So I keep coming back to that. I'm sorry if I'm overstating that situation, but that's just the truth. That's just the truth. And once again, I have to apologize. I didn't even think they were going to get that far. I didn't think they were going to get out of pool play. And they did. They won the pool, won their round of 32 game, and lost in the final 16. But that we have a lot to build on. We definitely have a lot to build on. You can tell that, us getting there was good. But moving forward in the future is something that we got to do a lot better of. But you also got to look at the system that we have here in place in America. The team that they put together was like doing an all-star team, doing the Olympic team, like the Olympic basketball team. We're gonna get together 6 weeks before the tournament. We're gonna come together. We're gonna be good. It's gonna be all good. And you gotta spend some time, and in between your other seasons working together. You got to spend some time in the season, off seasons working together. You got those guys play internationally as well. But in the off season, they're in their home country, and they're in their home facilities in those countries working together, continuing to have working on their chemistry, working together as a team. So the way we did it worked out well enough for us to the final 16. But what are we going to do now moving forward? What's the plan moving forward? I always talk about how all over the country on Saturday morning, Sunday morning, at 8 o'clock in the morning, you got a bunch of 4-year-olds kicking each other in the shin with the ball in the middle, nobody even touching the ball, and how USA soccer should be so much further advanced, much like the women's program. The women's program, they're doing it very well every year, whether it's USA, whether it's America's Cup, whether it's World Cup, whether it's Olympics. They're showing up and shining every time. Where men, on the other hand, they shine because they got lotion on their face, on their legs, on their arms, or whatever it is they're using. But out on the pitch, not so much. But this is something to build on. That's the best way to put it. This is something for them to build on, for us to build on, as a program, the U.S. national team, for us as a full country. And can it be done? Definitely, it can be done. Will be done. But what's the commitment level that we're going to have for this moving forward? I would love to see us continue to move forward with this. But I think a lot of it was karma. When you got you got political forces, I should say, going in and getting Balagueron. I know I'm butchering his name. Excuse me for doing that. Get him his red card suspended, and that really didn't make much of a difference because he was out there. The way he played yesterday, they could have probably played better without him. Sometimes when you have a player that's down, you circle the wagons, and I think that's what could have happened. That's what could have happened, but they didn't give an opportunity for them to circle the wagons because of the fact that he came back. So you got to give them, when you have stuff like that happen, when you have adversity, you got to take advantage of adversity. You gotta go us against the world, and that's something they did not do. That they went in and they always talk about how FIFA is the most corrupt sports entity in the world. They went in and suspended that unprecedented suspended red card, extra game uh, violations. You have to sit out for the next game indefinitely for the next 1 to 2 years or something like that. Well, how much sense does that make? If you're doing it for a year, the next World Cup's not for the next 4 years. From now, over the next 4 years, they're gonna be friendlies. You'll play friendlies. You'll play America's Cup. You'll play Africa Cup. Europe Cup. Whatever those different names are for those different areas. But there won't be another World Cup for another 4 years. How much sense does that make? Good morning. Good morning, Detroit. Will 313. Good morning, Big Brother. Good morning, Sportsman. Good morning, Kamau. Good morning, Big Brother. Thank you for joining us this morning. Don't forget to click like, click share. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitch, X, and TikTok. Yes, we are. We're on all of them right now. Every single one of them. We are live. If you want to say something, we can speak back to you. Montrafik 8570. Thank you for joining us on the Instagram side. Let's see here. Let's see anybody else on YouTube. Let's check X. Let's check LinkedIn and TikTok. Anybody saying hello on those pages? We want you to say hello, because I always make sure I speak back to you and say hello to you. We are coming down the stretch as we get out here. We got Summer League in basketball. That's why I'm wearing my Pistons. So we're going to start talking about that as we get into Thursday. And we're going to definitely pick back up on the baseball. And speaking of baseball, I want to talk about my second pilgrimage down to the shed on Sunday. Shout out to Roger Porter and Miss Adina. They allowed me to accompany them down to the game on Sunday, where we were able to defeat the Texas Rangers. Let me get a quick score on that. I think it was 4-1, 5-1, something like that. No, 6-3. Let me make sure I MLB scores going into Sunday. Let's see here. 6-3, that's right. Tigers did a good job in that game. Casey Mize went 7 innings, picked up the win. And I had a good time. I had a good time going to that game and hanging out with the Porters. Great people from the city of Detroit. Look Roger up. He has great business opportunities for you and anybody else who's interested in going out and making some money. So look at my Roger Porter. He's on all my socials as well. Gentleman wears glasses from the city of Detroit. He's what a great person. I look him up. But all right, that's about my time for the day. It's 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. Time to get to where the running money resides. I got to get on what I do that pay the bills until this will take over. Not if, but when. At some point, somebody gonna come in and say, "Hey, we like that show. We want to take a chance on it. We're gonna be national. You're gonna look up. I'm gonna be on ESPN, FS1 somewhere. Myself and Felix with a beautiful morning show, afternoon show, evening show, pontificating, even on the radio, even on XM radio. Somebody gonna pick us up. I already know. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Have a safe day. Stay out of trouble. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. Tell somebody you love them and give yourself a hug.